Okay, folks, we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm a couple minutes late. We got so busy talking at dinner that a little bit late getting here. So, and I'm still winded from climbing one flight of stairs. So, TK, starting with you, let's everybody introduce themselves.
Jim, KY-QRP.
Bob, KI4JWK.
Blaine, KM4ZFQ.
Victor Foxtrot, Quebec.
Zulu Foxtrot.
Zulu Foxtrot, Quebec. And then Blaine.
Blaine.
Okay. Sorry, Martin.
Martin, KM4HPK.
Roger, KJ4YSY.
Lena, KY-J.
Loretta. Call sign TBD.
Linda, AK4GC.
Be announced.
Bill, M4DIT.
TBA.
Okay, the videographer is Brad, WA4HBM. And I'm Chris, KU4F. Thank you all. It's the first regular meeting we've had since August because of the fact that during September, Bars doesn't have a regular meeting. They just have the cookout. I say just have the cookout. That's might be the highlight of the year for me. Free food. Okay. Do we have? Let's see. So how about birthdays for September and October? I will be 62 on Thursday.
You made it, you made it.
Anybody else with, because we would have missed September, October? How about, let's see, I have to write that down. How about anybody in sick bay that we know of? JB had been asking about, well, JB is actually out sick tonight.
Yeah, he's out sick tonight.
Okay. If you talk to him, he'd been asking about Ted Mullins, right?
Yes.
And he has been on Facebook some, so I assume that he's still at home recovering from whatever he had, which was pretty serious, I guess. Anybody else know of anybody? I see a lot of you here that had some issues this year, so maybe we're all getting healthy again. You drink to that? I'll drink to that.
Only water though.
And then how about upgrades? Anybody with license upgrades or anything? Okay, let's talk about the October luncheon. Bring up a calendar here. Either the 19th or the 26th would work. I think the November meeting isn't until November the 6th. So ladies, look at your calendars and see anybody that would like to attend. And it will be at the Frisch's in Hamburg, since it's an even numbered month.
I think the 19th, it doesn't really matter though.
Doesn't really matter? Well, how is the 19th for anybody else that wants to go?
I'd like to, but I don't know. I kind of got, I was seasonal, so my seasonal position kind of ended, so
Okay.
I'm kind of free until I get another job.
Okay. Well, let's make it Thursday, October 19th then. 11:30 the usual time, and that's the Frisch's in Hamburg. The last time that I tried to use the event calendar in our Yahoo group, it was saying something about we are determining your authorization to do this or something. I mean, it was some crazy message. So I'd encourage everybody to use their own, if you need a reminder. I mean, there's no chance of me remembering it unless I set myself a reminder.
You can make an event on Facebook. Does everybody have Facebook?
I don't know how many are connected to the group on Facebook or even on Facebook. So don't rely on, I'll check it again, but don't rely on getting a reminder from Yahoo for anything unless and until they fix that problem. So, okay, this coming Saturday, there is a ham fest in Moorhead, and Pete, before he became a silent P, contacted the people and reserved the 9 to 10 a.m. slot for us to have a KY-QRP meeting. I am not going to the ham fest, and you're not going either, right, Brad?
No, sir.
Is anybody going to the ham fest and want to run that meeting? Okay, I'll ask in the Yahoo group, but if nobody comes forward in the next day or two, I'll probably just shoot them an email and say it doesn't look like anybody's is coming up to do that. Maybe there's somebody in the Yahoo group over that direction that's planning to go to that ham fest. Let's see here. Something else also that we're looking for is, as most of you probably saw in the Yahoo group, the December meeting is going to be my last for running the meeting. I'm going to give it up after 6.5 years. So if somebody would like to run these meetings starting in January, feel free to come forward. You don't have to do video and meeting minutes and all that kind of stuff if you don't want to. If we don't have anybody, either we can just use the Yahoo group and the Facebook page, or we can everybody just sit and talk amongst themselves, just however y'all want to do it. But it's probably a good idea I'm getting a little burned out, and probably a good idea to get some different leadership in here, different ideas and so forth. There was a big camping trip by some of y'all, and well, I'll tell you what, you guys that you upload your videos to YouTube before you're even finished with your camping trip, I haven't even come close to that. So for those that maybe some of you have seen their YouTube video, but in addition, you want to give us a little summary, where you went. And
Go ahead.
should I flip a coin?
We went to the rim of
Red River Gorge.
Red River Gorge.
Uh-huh.
I had a great time. Had a lot of contacts.
Mm-hmm.
We set up in 3 camps, well enough apart from each other that we all could operate, not bother each
Okay,
other.
three camps, separate? Who all went?
David, my brother, KY-QRP,
Okay.
and we went like on Wednesday
Wednesday morning.
and we stayed through Friday, and Roger went and I went and David went, and we set up part of it up well enough, and I've been wanting my brother to have a good chance to get out and get going, and boy, he got bit. He really had a great time, so I was pleased about that. And I did too. I had a great time too. And we took the big hike as far as we could go. And
Well, I see you made a back one piece.
yeah,
They saw Bigfoot.
Did it have to call Powell County Rescue?
I never do nothing. I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't know who it was that saw that, but I believe it was Linda. And she wasn't even there.
We went to Silver Mine Arch.
Still about our
We went
trail.
to that was our hiking trail.
Uh-huh.
Just a little over a mile. We walked a little ways and then we came to a sign that said 1 mile to the arch.
Longest mile.
Three quarters of the mile was pretty easy. very little up and down, nice trail. That last quarter of a mile,
Straight down.
it was
Wow.
pretty, it was rough.
That means it's straight up when you come back.
It was uphill both ways. But it was worth the trip down. Had to go down a big bunch of stairs, it was probably 25, 30 foot long of steps. And.
I think it was
they
longer.
Yeah, it could have been, I don't know, I didn't
More like
count, but it was
50?
a long, yeah, it was.
100
long
maybe.
step. But, it was a nice arch, and, it was worth the trip down.
Okay.
And, we did take some pictures while we was down there. And, we made some really good contacts. We actually, all three of us made, the contact to a, Army convoy in Florida. We all three got into that one, and then we all three got that,
Canadian.
yeah, we all three got the, London, Canada.
London, Ontario.
Yeah, and we all three, I think, got the DX over into Slovenia.
Slovenia?
Yeah. I think all three of us made it there.
And in a whole bunch of other different places.
Yeah, and then different places, but they got.
Yeah, the bands got better right at a good time, and he had good weather to top it all off.
So
So.
we did.
Oh, great weather, plenty of
Well, the last-
sunshine.
The last day, the bands weren't near as good.
Yeah,
Wednesday, Thursday was good.
Wednesday night was pretty warm. Thursday night, got a little cool, down to probably about 48 or so where we was.
We got good and cozy in it.
And we definitely welcomed the sunshine when it broke through on Friday morning. It was a welcome sight. Of course, we all had our jackets on and everything.
I took an AC inverter and plugged my computer up to it, and it did the job. I had solar panels set up. They kind of padded the current drain a little bit, and everything that I took off the software, everything worked perfect. So that's the first time I've been out, everything worked.
Yeah, Murphy, I don't know what Murphy was doing that time, but he was off bugging somebody else, apparently. A good deal. Okay. Alrighty, I'll get into, show and tell and making the rounds here in a minute, but Brad, do you want to just go ahead and, is that your folder over there?
That is.
Well, let me go get your folder for you, and then you can talk about what you had.
We're gonna go the next trip, fine now.
Pine Mountain?
Thank you, sir. I know you can't see me on the camera, but.
Well, maybe y'all just turn the camera around like that. There we go.
Just give me-
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
perfect.
You got a schematic here. Does that work? Can you see it?
Yeah, just about.
All right. It's a schematic of a QRP transmitter, dual banded, and it has a very interesting structure. And I was showing it to Roger a few minutes ago. And I thought I'd pass this around and let everybody take a look at it because it might be something you'd want to build. It's really simple. And it puts out actually 10 watts, which is more power than what you would really want anyway. And I'll start with David here to my left. And David, you look that over, pass it around. Now, I ought to tell you what this is going on here first, but it has only three main components to it: a 7808 voltage regulator, a 74HC240 integrated circuit here, and an IRF 510. The IRF 510s, you used to buy those at Radio Shack, and they were cheap, a couple bucks, and they have quite a bit of power to them. This you could probably get a half a dozen of these little 74HC240s off of eBay for nothing, practically. And the 7808 is optional, and I'll explain that in just a minute, because they're tricking this chip by running more power than 5 volts. So they know they can run it up to 8 volts without burning it up, so they get more power out of it that way. That's what that rectifier is for, the voltage regulator is for. And you've got your coils here, and that's it. Crystal control, 2 bands, and all the instructions there are for winding the coils. So I think it'd be something that anybody could easily make if you wanted to, and it wouldn't cost very much at all, and you have a lot of fun with it. So what I'm going to do is pass it around. There's a blank sheet of paper here, guys. because my printer doesn't work. So if you want a copy of this diagram, just write your email address on the diagram, and I'll send it to you. Send you a copy of the little schematic. I think it's very interesting. Uses modern parts there. It's crystal controlled, and 2 banders. That's it.
Okay, there's the control of the camera back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good deal. Martin, do you want to start us off with show and tell? Looks like you're well equipped tonight.
Yeah, I got some more hacker boxes. So I'm not sure if any of you have heard of the microbit, but it's a little microcontroller.
It was.
I call it. It has 2 buttons on the back, or I guess this would be considered the front. 2 buttons on the back, or sorry, and it has a 5x5 LED display here, and a pinout, or not pinout, but I guess it could be a pinout of what you can hook sensors up to, and since they're so close together, you have to use one of these little things to plug this into. The microbit has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities, and it also can run off a battery and USB. You program with Python programming language. This hacker box from 2 months ago came with also another Wi-Fi module that you can program to audit with the microbit, and also a couple other modules to display different data. This past month was for Wi-Fi antennas and different Wi-Fi capabilities with antennas.
Okay. And that's called a microbit?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's been a guy that hacked a drone with the microbit. Like, he took control over somebody's drone that was supposedly flying over his house.
Well, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal recently, I didn't read it, but something about these big birds are going after the drones.
Yeah, that's in like Denmark or
Yeah,
Eagles.
we saw a nice one at the Winchester Club, had their annual cookout, and there's a guy over there that's big into it, and that was a nice one. We tried to go over, and we were going to look at the little free library over there and said, come see if you can find us. Well, they didn't, but we were under some trees, but it's just amazing how those things are. If you got $1,000 that you don't need for anything else, you can get yourself a really nice drone. Okay, thank you, Martin.
Also, this past month came with a really nice patch as well.
Oh, okay. Now, what is that now?
It says digital airwaves. It's kind of got like the ARRL sound.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, anybody else with show and tell tonight? Okay. Well, we've got a few minutes left. Let me just open it up. Glenn, where did you say you're going to Pine Mountain for your next field work?
Yeah, it's in just rough plan.
Okay.
Do it sometime next year.
Next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you use the chain as a well, it wouldn't be end fed, could be end fed antenna?
Chain.
The chain that's holding the rock.
Is it a
I
little
can think of
rusty?
better things to do.
Oh, well, I don't think anybody's ever tried it before, so it might be a first.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, excuse me. Anybody else with fieldwork plans coming up in the near future? Getting into some nice fall weather here. Brad and I are going to be looking at a place pretty soon. It's private property, but nearby. We may or may not be suitable for field work. We'll take a look at it. And then, okay, so how about kits, antennas?
I've got a mess of kits.
Yeah, yeah. Have you built any of them since our last meeting?
No. But I give them away.
I joined the, I mentioned, I think, in the past about that Greater Cincinnati Builders Group, and I've joined them, and I've paid for 2 kits, and I gave the guy money to ship them. But this coming Saturday, they're having a group build at a community center or something like that, and I bet it's going to be a lot of fun. The problem is it starts at 8 a.m., you know, and so it's like it's almost a 2-hour drive from here.
We
And
have
there's just-
several people that's never built anything before at all. Roger, me, and Dave, and I think, Bob, who else? Ashley.
Bob is going to get in on
I can get it on.
it.
We're gonna have just
A
a
group.
group
Group
building,
build, okay.
building thing, and we're gonna build the first stuff. We're gonna build the stuff that doesn't make any, they just paid $5, $10 for it, and fix it up, it's no big deal anyway.
We're gonna practice on
We'll
pixies.
practice on pixies.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, 'cause
And
it's been suggested, you know, that this group, you know, might want to consider doing something like that, but, you know, nobody ever really organized it, so
Or
if you have room for additional people, please announce, you know, that you're doing it. But anyhow, the first kit that we're doing in the Cincinnati thing is a dummy load that you got a circuit board here with a display on it, and it gives you the power in, you know, like to 1 or 2 decimal places. And then they're also doing a frequency counter, so they're really doing some good work to make it easy for people to get into kit building.
And I got a Adreno kit that I'm going to put Telnet packet assembly on. And I got Raspberry Pi 3 with a display, touch display,
Oh, okay.
and a remote keyboard for it. And
Looks
I'll be
probably what I showed him.
going to be putting that together.
Mhm.
And I sent my KX2, I was playing with my KX2-3 and reached across it with the wire plugged to the side of it and just whacked off the microphone, where the microphone connects in, busted it all on the
Oh, wow.
side. So I set that back. And while I had that there, and I thought about trying to fix it, but when I got to going inside of it, there were strange areas in there and hard to get to places that I thought maybe it would be better to get experienced hands. And so I set it back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have them put all the latest updates in it for me. When that comes back, I'm gonna build a Wi-Fi to that for my keyboard, so I can type on the keyboard. And I got the parts for that. And I got several kits for my BitX. Well, first of all, 3 of us have got the BitX 20 and BitX 40. And we're gonna be building that kit and giving mine to my son and my grandson. And I got me one of the BitX multi-band units. I got a whole bunch of mods to put in that. So I got plenty to do this winter.
Yeah, I'd say winter's gonna go by pretty fast.
Yep.
Okay, folks, we just got a couple, 3 minutes to go here, so one last call. Anybody have kids, antennas, interesting QSOs that we haven't talked about already? Okay, thanks everybody. October 19th at the Frisch's in Hamburg for lunch, and then I think is November the 6th is our November meeting.
Glenn, when did
Fade
you
to
say
black.
that?